So much for listening to this episode of Earrings Off. We want to invite you to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. You can find us on Facebook at Earrings Off Podcast and on Instagram at The Earrings Off Podcast.
Welcome to Earrings Off. I'm Lou.
And I'm Teresa. Let's get started. Hello. How are you, Lou?
I am doing well, partner. Doing well. How are you doing?
I tell you, I'm on such a high still. I had, I had so much fun this weekend. It was a great time.
Didn't we have a good time? It's good
Yeah.
to get together with friends and family and laugh, I tell you. And especially with everything going on. My soul needed that. Even though it was work to pull it together, it was fun.
Mine too.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if I've laughed so hard before. I literally couldn't breathe. You
Well,
want to know what I'm talking about?
what was it about the DJ stopping us? I mean,
Have you ever?
well, I'm gonna tell you folks, Earrings Off audience, let me tell you something. Teresa and I were, at a party and there were quite a few of us dancing. The DJ stopped the music. Teresa,
But tell him
stop
why.
it. He stopped the music. He said, wait a minute, hold up. He said, I have never seen any worse group of people doing the sign dancing. I am just stopping. Y'all have got to get it together.
Lou, I think you said it a little bit kinder than he did. He said something like, in all my years of DJing, I have never seen a group work as bad as y'all.
That's what he said. And he DJs a lot. And when he said it, I thought that was the funniest thing. And then I was already bad, but I couldn't get it together after that. But my niece took a little bit of umbrage with that. She didn't care for him saying that. She was like, yeah, afterwards she told me, she said, Aunt Lou, he shouldn't have said that because you don't judge people. How about you not judge people? I said he was just having fun. And
He was
everybody
having
was
fun.
laughing.
Girl, I'm telling you, your nieces are 10 toes down for you.
Hello, say it again, partner. That's right.
They don't play when it comes to Aunt Lou.
They don't play. They do not play. And you know what? It's funny you said that because I was just reflecting last night and thinking about I do not know many roles I adore and love more than being the auntie. I just don't. I really don't. I absolutely adore my nieces and nephews. I just do. And so it's just that's a special role when you get to step in those shoes. So yes, they don't play about me, and I don't play about them.
Yeah. All right then, Lou. We better get down to business. What you think?
Yes. We've got work to do.
Okay.
Today's episode is for anyone who made a resolution in January. And don't act like that's not you, folks. But we're going to be talking, Teresa and I are going to talk today about to the people that made those resolutions in January. And you were so excited and so committed. And then, if the truth be told, you haven't thought about them since. Or maybe you've been thinking about them, but quietly beating yourself up. Why, you ask? Because you've been falling short.
Yeah, let us be the first to say we're halfway through the year. Can you believe that, Lou?
You know what, Teresa? I really cannot. I was somewhere the other day and this guy said, this is June already. Yeah.
It's June already. And there's really no shame in needing a reset, okay? In fact, now is the perfect time to pause, to reflect, and to realign. We're calling today's episode halfway there, checking in on your New Year's goals without shame.
Well, let's be real. Like I said, we know how it goes. We're January hits us and we're all hopeful. We make vision boards, we buy shiny new planners, and we set bold intentions. I mean, we are ready, fortified. We're gonna do it. And then life gets loud. Schedules fill up, our energy drops, and by March, we don't even know where that journal went. We can't even put our hands on the planner, and we can barely remember what our intentions were.
Well, that's me. I mean, you are stepping all on my toes with that one.
Mine too.
So I do know where the journal is.
Mhm.
I start strong, and then a few detours later, I'm wondering if I even made a goal in the first place. You know what I mean, Lou? Because
Yeah, you know
you,
what? But truth be told, no, I know I made them. I just don't do anything. But I'm pretty clear that I sat down and wrote some things down. But here's what we want you to hear today. Goals are allowed to evolve. Life changes. You change. And that means your intentions might need a little refreshing.
Lou, how about some of your goals? Are you willing to
Well,
talk about what
I
you did or
I
what
am.
stuck
Yeah.
or not?
I am because you know what? Because I knew we were doing this episode and I am so committed to earrings. In our audience, I actually found them. And I told you, Teresa, too much information, TMI. I was really rummaging trying to find them because Nasheed, he takes down the family goals and our goals and individual goals. And I write mine down, but he really keeps up with them. But because we're sort of on the outs. He's a little bit on my list. I refused to ask him to give me my goals. So I had to do a lot of work to find them, but it was worth it
You're
because
right, TMI.
I get to continue being angry and I didn't break that spell. That's TMI, folks. But you know what?
Well, well, that
It
falls
happens. It happens. Okay.
so well, that falls right in line though, Miss Stubborn.
Okay, I do not need your input. I was just sharing just a bit of information with the audience so that they can know I'm human and not perfect. And I carry grudges. That's right. Anyway, let's go.
Okay.
So,
All right.
okay, now these were my goals for 2025.
Okay.
Move to Charlotte, adjust
Check.
and make friends. I don't know about the
Check.
making friends people, but I'm meeting people. I'm going to sell the family home. And that's, our family home, and that's on the market. I want to take a trip with my grandkids. Haven't done that yet. That's in play. Okay, this is the stuff the improved health focus. Really haven't done anything with that. To be honest, it's been the same as usual. I haven't done one thing differently in terms of being more intentional about my health. I'm supposed to this year, drum roll, play my piano somewhere in front of people. So
Oh
it's
yeah, I remember that
June.
one.
I got, a few more months to get this done where Maestro Lou will be playing in front of someone. And I also
Okay.
put on here like to conquer fear. And I think that was related to the move, to
Yeah.
not be afraid to, you know, uh, travel new routes or learn new places and try new things because I'm out of the area that I'm, most comfortable in. But the next two, Teresa, are my big ones. This year, I was supposed to be committed to when things happen, think, stay calm, don't react. And
Mm.
I've not been perfect, but I have been practicing that to just not immediately feel like I have to react or say something, but to think about what I'm confronted with or what's before me, to try to stay calm and not react. And the next one was let them. And by that, I
Mm,
mean to stop
mm.
trying to control others. And, if folks tell me, you know what? I feel like I want a Mercedes Benz 500 or something. It costs $100,000. And if that's what they tell me they're gonna do, even though I know they've only been on the new job a month, I'm not saying anything. Let them.
All
That's their
right.
decision,
Yeah.
and so that's been the piece that I'm working on because, sometimes our stress comes from others, external. We see people and we're like, why are you doing that? Or what you, no, let them. So
Right.
that's what I'm working on.
Okay. So for me, it
Uh,
doesn't mean that I'm not committed to earrings off,
uh-huh.
but I didn't pull my list up.
Oh, Lord. Here we go, folks. Here we go.
But
See, you
the
know
the
what?
gist of the gist of my list, if you remember, was just about me. Remember, this is my year to be
Oh, yeah,
selfish,
that's true, Teresa. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, that's
And
true.
I have failed at that miserably.
Yeah, I'm a witness you failed at that one because you've
Yes.
been doing a whole lot of stuff with
But
other focused on others. Yeah, a whole
yeah,
lot, Teresa.
a whole lot. I'm so
And
tired,
Teresa,
Lou.
that's weird. That was your resolution for 2025. And it's like you've been doing even more of the opposite. How'd that happen?
I don't know how it happened, Lou. And not only that, one other thing that I said I wasn't going to do is get into the news and care about all that's going on. Now I'm literally obsessing over it as if it was the elections all over
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
And so my stress levels are through the roof
yeah,
as a
yeah,
result. And so
yeah.
I'm doing that whole realign, and I love that. And I forgot actually about the last resolution. Let them. Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
taking that one on from this point forward.
I,
I am going to not get involved and I'm
well,
going to let them.
Well, and you know what, Teresa, honestly though, while I haven't been perfect, I have been remembering that phrase, let them, when things
Yeah.
happen. And I
Yeah.
want to jump in and fix things or give
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Just let them. If they're an adult and this is their decision, let them.
Let them.
Let
Yeah.
them.
And
You
if
know,
they
some
make,
of yeah, some of my best lessons, the hardest ones, were, life teaching me,
Mhm.
when I was determined to do something. And, life is the best teacher. Yeah.
Life is the best teacher. And especially when they make a decision that they're going to do something and they don't plan it out, and then I have to be involved and it impacts me. And
Right,
I'm
right,
like, well,
right,
that
right,
wasn't my decision. Why am
right,
I having to do this? Right?
right.
So I'm gonna let them. I'm like, okay, well, you do
Yeah.
you, boo.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So,
so, yeah.
so
That's
Lou, let's talk a little bit about why resolutions fall off,
okay.
right? And why we lose that momentum. It's
Okay.
not because we're lazy or undisciplined. Often it's because the goal maybe was too big or
Mm-hmm.
too fast. We didn't have the right structure or support, or it wasn't rooted in what we really needed. It was rooted in pressure.
Yeah, we've all been there. And that's why this mid-year check-in matters. It gives you a chance, gives us a chance to recenter and ask, are these goals still serving me? Do they still fit this season of my life? Because even though it's the same year, things can change so quickly in terms of where we are, and what our focus may be, and even what our resources may be. So it's good to ask ourselves, do they still fit this season of my life?
Right. So we're inviting you to use these next few days in June to do a personal mid-year check-in. We
Woo!
call it the 3 R's: reflect, release, realign.
I tell you, I'm getting excited just thinking about that because start with reflect. Take stock of what you set out to do this year. What's working, what's not, what small wins can you celebrate?
Mm-hmm. And then release. Let go of anything that no longer fits.
Mm,
A goal that once felt inspiring might now feel very heavy.
hmm
And that's okay. Releasing it isn't quitting. It's honoring where you are.
I
I
love
needed that
that.
for me.
Oh, I'm telling you, I love that.
Yeah.
And finally, realign. What do you want to recommit to? What needs tweaking? Or maybe you've discovered new priorities since January. Make room for those.
hmm How about a fresh start in June? Here's the
Mm-hmm.
good news: you don't need a new year to start fresh.
Mm.
June is just as powerful. You've lived 6 months, you've learned, grown, stumbled, and survived. That deserves to be part of your story.
Teresa, I love that. I love
hmm
that. I love
hmm
that you've learned, grown, stumbled, and survived.
Yep.
So we have to ask ourselves, what's one goal I want to bring back into focus? And for me, that's going to be improved health focus. What's one habit I want to release? And what do I need mentally, physically, spiritually to move forward with peace?
We're right there with you. We're doing this check in ourselves. We'll be sharing some of our own reflections on Instagram this week. So join the conversation. Let us know what you're releasing or committing to.
Thank you for spending some time with us today. And if this episode gave you something to think about or made you feel a little lighter, which is our hope, we'd love it if you'd share it with a friend or leave a review.
And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself again and again with love and grace.
To support and inspire you, Teresa and I created a mid-year poem titled Reflect, Release, and Realign.
I swore I'd wake early, stretch, and eat clean. Now it's June, and I'm stuck in that Netflix routine.
Hmm.
I bought all the planners, made vision boards grand, then misplaced my goals somewhere in Neverland.
I said I'd drink water and skip all the sweets, but cookies kept calling, those sugar-filled cheats. New year, new me, I boldly proclaimed, but by mid-February, that me was ashamed.
Does it mean I've failed? Oh no, let's not dwell. It just means I've wandered like Wi Fi in a hotel. Life threw its curveballs, distractions ran wild, but I'm still in the game, just taking it mild.
They say knowledge is power, and now I can see that progress ain't linear, and that includes me. So I'll shake off the guilt, release the regret, realign my focus. I'm not done yet.
I'll toss out the pressure, the shoulds, and the blame. Reclaim what still matters. No need to feel shame. Breathe in, breathe out, set intentions anew. 6 months still standing. Oh, yes, that I'll do.
So here's to the pivots, the pause, and the climb. I'll finish this year with my own beat and rhyme. And when December rolls in, I'll toast with some cheer. Look who showed up. Me, halfway through the year.
Take good care, everyone. Remember to like us on social media and subscribe at www.earringsoff.com.
Bye bye.